Before the Wright brothers, there was no airplane, but ultimately it took us to space and gave us a whole new view of the world. And in fishing, we're always looking for a breakthrough invention that'll help us see and help us fish just a little bit differently. Every year, people come to national shows looking for the next hot item. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a spinnerbait or a crankbait? A variation on a theme? That's how it's worked in the past. But there haven't been any new breakthroughs in a while. And the real question that everybody's asking is, what's next? What's the new breakthrough? Well, if we take a look at how all these baits are fished, they're basically all fished in the same way. Whether it's a crankbait or a spinnerbait or a plastic worm, the fisherman casts it out towards the cover that he's fishing and reels it back. And that's the way it works. Well, we believe that we have the answer to what's next, and that is a lure that's as different from other lures as the airplane was from what came before it. This lure is called the flying lure. It flies forward through the water just as an airplane flies forward through the air. Take a look at this testing procedure being done in the flying lure. It's being pulled to the right, and it immediately swims away to the left on its own when you give it just a little bit of slack line. It is absolutely uncanny. People looking at this for the first time cannot believe that the lure is actually doing this on its own, but it really is. It's actually swimming forward toward the left and under the boat, and look, there was a bass under that boat that took the flying lure. The flying lure's first model is called the penetrator. It's named the penetrator because it actually goes into and underneath cover where no other lure has gone before. Take a look at this dock. Do you think there's a bass under there? Well, there sure was. And what the penetrator did was it went right in after that bass under the dock and got him. Fish can be caught in open water as well as underneath cover with the penetrator because of its slow fall. Its slow descent without any imparted action by the angler gives it an unparalleled natural appeal. You can fish it on a weed line, you can fish it in submerged cover away from the shoreline. It'll actually swim into barrels, it'll swim under trees, it'll swim under lily pads, it'll swim into weed beds. It is an absolutely amazing lure. Take a look at that dock. You think there's a bass under there? Well, there sure was, and that penetrator went in there and it got that bass, just as we've seen all along. Now I think you're beginning to get the idea. Wherever you see an obstruction, a piece of cover where you think a fish might be hiding and you'd like to get in under it, the penetrator is the lure that'll do it. And above all, it's a soft plastic lure. It's not hard. So when it flies in there, after the fish grabs it and hangs onto it. And it's that simple. There is no exposed lead. The only thing that's exposed is the hook point in the penetrator, and you can even make that weedless. And the patent office thought it was a good enough idea to give us a patent on it. We believe that what's next is the flying lure. And like the airplane, it might seem a little bit unusual at first, but we hope it gives you a whole new way to look at the world of fishing. And we sure do hope you'll give it a try.